How is it going, everyone? It's Caleb Lumid here, and today we are going to be talking about a video game on the Xbox Series X. We are going to be talking about another one of these full-motion video games from China. We are going to be talking about Love Is All Around. This is a dating simulator video game, and I believe that this is one of the first, maybe not the first, but it is one of the first full-motion video games from China to be put onto the Xbox. And I think that is awesome, and I hope we continue to see this trend of more and more full-motion video games coming out on the Xbox, especially from other countries. I think that's really fun, and I've been really enjoying them. There's a lot of fun writing in this game, and actually some moments that actually legitimately made me laugh, and I just really enjoyed the characters in this. I enjoyed the storyline and the decisions. Now, it's not a perfect game. It definitely makes some of your decisions feel like they don't matter, but when the decisions actually do make a difference and you're able to get the outcome you want, it does feel pretty darn good. So, this game is all about a character that you are playing as who is a broke bum. He is in massive debt to pretty much everyone. I don't know what he did, but he owes money to pretty much everyone at this point. And he is trying to live his life, trying to find a place to live. He is trying to find a job and also find a girlfriend at the same time. He's not very good with priorities. He's trying to balance dating all these girls and trying to find a job and pay all his debts, and he's having a rough go at it. And I will say he's not a great person either, because I feel like a lot of times, like, he'll promise to date this one girl, and all of a sudden, you know, all these other girls start popping up. He starts dating them too, and just like, man, you're dating a lot of the girls at the same time. This feels like you're cheating on them. So this feels really scummy, but whatever. It's what he's doing, so I can't control that. That's just what the character's doing. But the character itself, he is just a bum, and he's running into a bunch of different characters who he would like to go on dates with. And you have a bunch of different personalities. You have one character she's also broke herself. She is like a college student, and she's broke, and you can move into like a small apartment with her because she needs someone to live with her because she can't afford the rent herself. So you can live with her and you can be broke together. It is kind of a romantic story in a way, because it's like two people who are like kind of broke and down on their luck, but they are living together, and because they're living together, it's like, you know, they're making the best out of it and they're living their best life, and that's kind of romantic, and I think that's kind of cute. So I do like that one. There's another one where it's just like this character who's an art critic. She's an artist and stuff, and she was the first character I tried to date, but for some reason the game, about halfway through, kept pulling me away from the character, and it felt like it didn't really have much of a choice. Like, I kept making every decision to go towards this character, but every time I did, the game, like, when you get about halfway through, it wouldn't give me a choice but to basically accidentally hurt her feelings. And it's just like, why are you only giving me this one choice to hurt her feelings? It makes no sense. So I was not a big fan that it kind of like, it really made me hit a wall, you know? It wouldn't let me go any further in that relationship, and I thought that was just very, very strange. You know, I'm sure that you can probably still get around that somehow, but it really tries to roadblock you on that relationship, and I don't really understand why. You have another character who's basically a party girl, and all she really does is party, and her entire personality is basically just that. She is kind of nice, but she's definitely just, you know, she goes everywhere, she parties, and that's kind of like the main thing she does. You have another character who is a single mother that you can date. You know what they say, sometimes a used car drives just as well as a new car, so you have that. You have a character who is, she's kind of abusive, if I'm being honest. There's a character that is very much manipulative, and she is like your past childhood friend, but now she's, and I mean, even when it goes into the flashback, she's manipulative back then too. So she's just kind of a bad person. But you can date her if you want, I guess. If you just like being punished, you can date her. And then there's another one who is a businesswoman, and she is very kind, very nice. You can kind of get her out of her comfort zone and kind of get her to just enjoy life, because she's been so obsessed with her job that she doesn't really, you know, pay attention to the stuff around her. But it's kind of cool to see this character kind of get out of her comfort zone, just enjoy, you know, nightlife, just enjoy going into the town and just doing just fun things. You know, it's kind of nice to see. and they do it in a very wholesome way. And the way that you actually first meet that character is that she accidentally runs over you with her car. So, again, this game has some funny moments to it, and it has some really fun characters as well. I do enjoy the majority of the characters in this game, and I like that it gives you, some choices, even though, like I said, it does feel like it tries to roadblock you in some cases, especially because there's this annoying thing that it does at the end of every chapter where you have to have a certain amount of relationship with each character to be able to move on to the next chapter. So that means that you can't really solely go after one girl at a time. You have to kind of you basically have to flirt with every single character. You can't go after just one, which makes the main character feel very scummy in a way. But you can't just go after one character. You have to try to, love is all around is the name of this game. You have to try to basically flirt with every single character and try to make every character love you a little bit before it will let you go on to the next chapter. So if you don't get enough of your relationship bars up to go to the next chapter, you need to go back and make different choices. And again, that makes it kind of feel like your choices didn't matter to begin with. So I'm not a huge fan of that system. That would be my biggest critique of the game, is that system that it has set up. While it is unique and different, it doesn't really feel like it helps your decisions. It feels like it hinders your choices and makes it so they don't matter as much. And that would be my biggest complaint. But overall, other than that, I do think that was a mistake, but I think that this game's story and the fun factor and the characters and the way that this game looks, they did a great job. Like, this is some really crisp looking footage, all the set designs and everything, all that stuff looks great. There's some really good locations in this, and overall the story, even though it's pretty silly and generic for what it is, it's still really enjoyable. All of that stuff definitely outweighs its big flaws, so I think that this game is still worth picking up. It's not very expensive on the Xbox Series X, and I think it's definitely worth a playthrough. I beat it a few different ways, and I will say my first playthrough, I think it took me about 2 hours to play through, and then after I beat it a couple more ways, it probably took a total of like 4 hours to beat it in 3 different ways. So overall, though, I still enjoyed my time with it. I think it's really fun, and honestly, I recommend it if you're looking for a fun, full-motion video game. While it may be a dating sim, it also is just a really funny story as well, and I think if you like kind of like comedic storylines and stuff like that, and comedic full-motion video games, you'll probably enjoy this. So give this game a shot. It's a lot of fun. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. You have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.